And we're live. Welcome to the Canada Guns Talk Show, episode 61, RCMP, Unrestrict My Heart. I'm one of your hosts, Adriel, the hunting gear guy. There's a list.
God damn it. All right, I'm Elixir.
You guys are already out of order.
It doesn't matter, just go.
I don't even have the document open. So.
I'm typical cricket.
I'm crazy.
There we go. We got through it. It was a challenge, but we're there. We're there, guys.
And we're here on time.
Well, that's awesome as well. Great to be on time for once in our lives. I don't know. Do you guys want to start off with kind of what you've done recently and a little bit of show and tell? Crazy, you've got a gun in your lap there, don't you?
I have like a couple of them around.
Let's see a couple of guns.
Okay, so I showed this off last time. The Reg Cert came in, so I went to go shoot it. It's fun. It's very fun. Picking up the 32 brass is very unfun, though. The sights say 75, but no way in fuck you're actually going to hit anything at 75. But at 25, it was decently accurate. It's definitely more accurate than I am with a pistol at 25, that's for sure. Yeah, it's pretty nice. The 20-round mags are easier to deal with than the 10-rounders. I found one of the 20-round mags that actually came with a gun doesn't activate the hold open properly, but all the surplus mags I bought worked just fine. Even when you fire this thing in like pistol configuration, it's very nice, very accurate too, because I think it's got a very long sight radius compared to most pistols. Actually, what was it next to my Tokarev? Oh, I'm crazy. It's actually the same sight radius as my Tokarev.
Huh. Extra weight.
Extra weight, and maybe I just
probably more frontless.
But yeah, it was pretty decent out to 25. I didn't really shoot it much closer than that because what's the point? But yeah, that's most of just all of what I did because I'm still waiting for Tenda to get the bullets. I need to reload 357 in stock.
Do you have steel at your range? Like, are you able to ring steel at like 50 or 100 yards with that thing?
That's what I want to check when I go down to Silverdale. But I still also need to like figure out a better way to hang my steel because I have old chain that I already know will get shot through because it's already been shot through once before. So I either need better chain or whatever. I also need S hooks because I don't have S hooks. So like, there's no real easy way for me to hang this shit anyway.
Yeah, some guys will do like conveyor belt or fire hose or something like that. And then just
Janitor offered me fire hose. The only problem is Silverdale has previously had their RSOs tell me that they only allow you to use chain or wire. So I don't know. And then my AR rusted in the back here. I went and cleaned it a bit, but that's how you can know that True North Arms' parts are made of steel is because it rusted.
At least it's steel.
Honestly, that was probably more my fault than anything because I remember I had a humidity problem last summer and I never really cleaned that part of the gun or paid much attention to it. And then just the other day I was looking at it, I'm like, oh fuck, rust. I should do something about that. And that was like 5 days ago that I noticed, and I just now got around to cleaning it. And I'll just save this for later because I assume we're going to be talking about that.
Yeah. All right, Elixir, what about you?
I have done a whole lot of nothing because it's been nothing but shit weather. So, yeah.
Excuses.
Okay.
All right. So nothing?
No.
Typical cricket?
So I haven't done a ton either. I haven't been able to make it to the range for a long time, but I did get my Mantis X training device. See it on the end of my Springfield here. Yeah, I really like this thing. I know, Adriel, you did a review of the iTarget, which is similar, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. I kind of like the look of this one better. You get fancy...
it looks way cooler. And I mean, the app that it comes with is way cooler too.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the app. You can see it. It shows you some things and some stuff, and it kind of gives you. I don't know how accurate it is. It kind of gives you some. If it senses that you're not doing something right, it'll kind of tell you. So it'll say, "Oh, you're not following through enough," or "You're flinching," or stuff like that. So I've been doing a lot of dry fire practice with that because it does just like, and every time you pull the trigger, it senses it if it's on. It's not on right now. So yeah, I haven't been able to do any of the live fire training regimens because everything's built into the app, right? So you can there's a couple different live or dry fire things where you just basically set your phone on something across the room and pretend to shoot it. And then the live fire drills, I imagine, are pretty much the same, except that you wouldn't aim at your phone.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm really impressed with this thing. Comes in a nice box with a nice little carrying case.
Cool.
And my favorite part, it comes with a sticker. So I'm going to be putting that in my hard hat or something. But yeah, aside from that, I haven't done a whole lot. Like I said, I haven't made it out to the range. I guess the other exception is I bought an SKS finally.
Oh, sweet. When did you get that?
Beginning of January, maybe. Middle of January.
Is that a Chinese?
It is a Chinese factory 625. Yeah, nothing special about it. I paid exactly $200 for it on Canadian Gun Nuts, and
good price.
Yeah. I don't know. So yeah, now I'm an SKS owner, I guess. If I end up,
did you get a bunch of ammo for it yet?
I did. I bought some from ammobin.ca. Not a massive amount, but like a little bit. But yeah, like I said, haven't been out to the range actually since our last 3-gun match, so haven't been able to shoot it. But yeah, that ammobin.ca, they're kind of Spectre Ballistics' other website. So while I got that, I also got some of their cleaner, which I'm pretty sure is just Windex, and some of their gun oil.
Which is probably some other light oil as well, but I mean that's all you really need anyways.
Yeah, like but yeah,
lifetime supply. Yeah, drink it. Does it taste like vegetable oil, or does it taste like real oil?
Like, cook your eggs in it first.
Isn't frog lube just coconut oil or something like that?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, that's pretty much it for me. Haven't done a whole ton. So what did you do, Adriel?
Let's see. I got some safety glasses. Yeah, these these are Pyramex. Yeah, one of the guys on IRC had recommended that I picked some of these up. They're like $10 a pop, and I don't know. Mine were starting to get scratched up, so I decided to pick some up. So I got a couple of those. In that same order, I got a bunch of, and this is for the 3-gun league. A bunch of these Amazon Fire tablets because they're really cheap and okay quality. So I got a whole whack of those things. I'm gonna have to update them all, put the Practice Core app on them, and like kill all the stuff, like kill the location services, kill the Wi-Fi, kill all that stuff, just so that the batteries last like a really long time. Let's see. I went squirrel hunting at -25, and I didn't see this stupid squirrel, which would have been really nice. Let's see. I think I had that Savage 6A on the last show, so I don't need to show that. I pre-ordered one of those WK-180Cs, which maybe we can talk about more in depth a little bit later. I got in day one, but I I don't even know if I'm in the first 300. There were so many people that pre-ordered that thing because it was so cheap. I bought a Wheelie Go Gat, a GP100 in 38.357. One of the short barrel 4.5, something like that.
4.25.
4.25, one of them. And my new 1911 Nork NP29 should be on the way this week. So my old one had the slide cracked by someone, and not by me. So it busts, but so I'm gonna get a new one. And did I tell you guys how the slide? It was a tightener. It was a tightener that they applied to it that basically clamps it shut to make it tight, and then you put valve grinding compound in there, and you run it back and forth, and you get a perfect fit between your slide and your frame, right? But if you go He-Man on the slide, you crack the thing. So it got cracked. So
it's an actual device that is meant to clamp the slide together, or did they just put it in a vise?
Nope. It's actually, think of something like that, except it's got clamps on the top there. It clamps onto the slide as you use a vise at the bottom, so that precisionally bends the slide in, and then you can get another one. So that's the side of your slides, but you also get one that will clamp down from the bottom up, and then again you run your valve grinding compound on there, and you just keep running it until it smooths. They polish out against each other. And you clean it off, and then you have a precision fit. Yeah, they're hand lapped together, right? And there's no wiggle on your slide to frame fit. That's the idea, anyways. So this is going to be the Nork 1911 NP29 that has a trigger job, replaced sights. What else is it got on
Glock
there? A magwell, a different trigger. What's that?
That was the one that had the Glock hand panels, right?
Yes. Yeah. Those make it more reliable. Yeah. I'm trying to think of what else is on that gun. Not a lot. I don't think anything else. No, a bushing. It's got a different barrel bushing on it to tighten things up. So just like a Nork 1911 9mm with a couple things in it to make it go fast, and we'll see if it goes fast at the at 3-gun or if it freezes. If it's really cold on the first shoot, I'm not taking it out. I'm taking a Glock because it's like metal, and it's so cold on the hands. And if you go bare hands on a big steel gun like that, it just freezes your hands so quickly. So I'll probably avoid doing that. That's I think everything I was up to. For topics, what did you guys want to touch on first? Do you guys want to talk about the WK-180?
Sure.
All right.
Yeah.
We got 6 viewers. For those 6 viewers, the WK-180 is Wolverine's 180B copy. Improved, right?
Has he
improved from what?
approved?
No. They're running without an FRT. They're saying as the manufacturer, they're taking the responsibility that it will be approved based on the information that they have, which is kind of a neat way of getting it done a little bit faster and getting it through a little bit sooner.
Well, it is
I was saying improved.
Just a 180, an AR180. Is it AR180B or 180C?
B. The C is for Canada, so their designation that they're giving it is just their designation, but it is the lower is fully compatible with a 180B.
Okay.
Normally the lower. Go ahead, Andrew.
I was just going to say it's essentially a clone / modified / updated version of that, right?
More or less.
Yeah, I mean the lower on the 180 is polymer, and the grip is polymer, and it's all kind of one unit. Which is keep in mind that the 180 was a cheaper way of making an AR-15. If you rewind whenever they designed that thing 40 years ago or whatever, milling a lower was oh man, this takes so much time and effort. If we could only do the AK thing and use bended sheet metal, we could do that. So that's what they ended up doing with the upper on the 180 was bent sheet metal, and for the lower they went polymer, and it was all just like cost, right?
Were the original 180s polymer?
180B or 180?
The original AR18.
The original AR18 used more stamped steel, I believe. But
yeah, because I know the 180Bs were polymer lowers.
Yeah. Which is okay, but you know, it wasn't like you break the grip. It's like, well, your gun's toast now. You've got a paperweight. And there's a couple things I really liked about it. I like I kind of like the forend on it. I really like the bolt and the recoil unit on it. It uses this dual guide rod system on it. Actually, maybe just while we're talking about this, I'll just bring up some pictures of the 180B.
Now, I'm
there we go.
About the 180B in particular, like the 180C is AR15 stock compatible, AR15 trigger compatible. Were the AR 180Bs compatible in the same fashion?
Not for everything. So here's a 180B, and you can see that this one came with the Stormworks adapter on the back. So with that adapter, you could run an AR stock, but this is not factory. Like factory, you'd get a different style stock on it.
What I'm wondering then is, since there's that, and I'm not sure if it takes AR triggers, is Wolverine's new one fully compatible with old AR 180B uppers?
As far as I know, yes, it's going to be compatible. Like this old one, you could change this out with AR triggers as well. Like their new one, they're running a AR style stock adapter on the back, and they're running it at a higher sight line, I guess. So you can see on this one here that when they ran the Stormworks adapter, it's a little bit lower. The new one that Kodiak Defense and Wolverine are making is going to be higher, which is actually good. Yeah. It'll make it so you can use an AR height optic on it.
Now, is it an adapter or is it integrated into the receiver? Because I thought it was integrated into the receiver on this new one.
The new one has, it still has like a little plate that they're putting on, and it just sits a little bit higher.
So you could still theoretically take it off and put an original AR18 stock on it then?
I don't know if you can put the original one on there. And to be frank, I don't know that I would. Because like AR15 butt stocks, there's like it's just so many. There's so many good stocks out there you can use it with. I mean, there's folding mechanisms that you can get too, and because this thing has all the operating mechanisms up front, nothing goes through the buffer tube. You could run a folder on this thing on the new one, right?
Exactly the thing I was wondering with the original AR18 is the original AR18 had a folding stock. Mm-hmm. So depending on where you could find those, if they'd be cheaper than the ridiculously priced AR15 folding stocks, then if it's compatible still with original AR18 stocks and you want a folding stock, you just take the adapter off, put an original AR18 stock on it.
Well, so a lot of those because they're trying to get around the buffer tube and spring. But if you get one that doesn't need all that stuff, maybe they'll be cheaper. I don't know. But you know, the 180B run like it had like an SVT style gas system. So you can see if you have an SVT 40, this will look really familiar. Yep. This gas piston, the parts. There's that dual recoil spring setup on the back that I was mentioning before. I really like that. This is kind of similar how the Remington 597 runs, except better.
Similar to how this works.
Yeah, exactly. I think I have some disassembly pictures here somewhere. Yeah, there we go. So like this is the upper, and you can see this plate here. If you push this button in, it allows the upper to hinge up and out, and then you can pop that guy off. So it's a super convenient way of disassembling the gun, and a very solid way of guiding the bolt. They're going to go with a reversible charging handle on the new one, which is an excellent idea, I think.
Yeah, I like that.
Just makes it more usable, right?
I know there's been people asking about the hole, like the hole that's left from that, and getting some kind of plate to cover it so gunk doesn't get in there.
Those people are crazy. Like if you're gonna run like a Forgotten Weapons mud test, yeah, it's gonna lose, right? It's not a sealed action like an AR-15, but like this isn't Passchendaele, this is Canada. I mean, we take this stuff to the range and back. Yeah, there's the bolt head and the I don't know if you call it a bolt carrier, but
so is it an AR-15 bolt?
No, it's similar. It's similar, but you can see here the cam pins on the horizontal axis instead of the vertical. And the bolt itself is actually quite a bit smaller. Again, keep in mind, this is an AR-180B. This is not the WK-180, so things might change a little bit. I'm not sure how many of the parts they're using, if they're using any from Armalite or if they're originally sourcing all of this stuff or not. But a spring firing pin, so you won't have to worry too much about slam fires. Not that you have to with an AR-15 either. There's the bolt there. You can see there's no gas strings or anything like that on it.
I know the thing
similar
with
but
that
different.
and running the bolt head there. A lot of people, since it takes AR barrels, this new one, they said it's going to straight up AR-15 barrels. So a lot of people are asking, I want it in 6.5 Grendel. I want it in 7.62 by 39. I want it in 300 Blackout. And if they somehow figured out a way to take AR bolts in that bolt carrier group, I feel like it would make it a lot easier for them.
It won't happen. It won't happen because you need you need the extractor and the ejector on the right spot. And if you see here, like there's a whole bunch of mass on top. That's where your two guide rods and recoil springs are in. So it wouldn't be practical. And I think there's a lot of people asking for a lot of things for this rifle. I am super pumped about $1,000 223.
Oh yeah, this is my kind of take on it. Is it's what that M10 M plus M whatever it was. It's what that should have been.
Yeah. If they would have brought that in for 1,000, or even their original price was what, 1,500 for that thing?
14 something, yeah.
14. Even that would have been all right.
Yeah, but I mean, you can't beat this. I don't think.
I mean, this just goes and proves that the SLR has a ridiculous NR tax thrown onto it.
The
a lot of guns in Canada do. Like, and if you look at our pricing on a lot of the other guns, I think there is still like a lot of profit margin worked into them. But as there starts to become more of these guns on the market, they're going to start to compete more. One of the things I just wanted to show you guys, so this is that SVT style gas system. Now, if they run a free float forend on this thing, this is going to be a pain in the butt to get to, because you can see here that you do need to pull off the top of the forend to get access to this gas system. That said, it's 223. Like, how dirty can it get, right? just like our non-corrosive 223 these days is so cheap. You can get it for what, like $440 per 1,000.
Do they even have corrosive 223? I've never heard of it.
You could get dirty stuff, I guess. You could get like dirty Tula or something.
But when you think about it, like an AR-15, I remember I asked my dad, "How do you clean the gas system?" And his response was, "You don't." Like, you don't want to try getting something fucking stuck in the gas system on a direct impingement gun. So the fact that I've never cleaned the gas system on my AR and it still works, I probably wouldn't bother cleaning the gas system on that thing and it'd have no problems.
Yeah. Well, this is piston, right? So it's going to be a little bit cleaner too.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the piston up front will just kind of scrape itself clean all the time and should be good to go. Anyways, one of the these are the things I didn't like about the AR-180B, and I think a lot of it is like fixed. Polymer lore. Yeah, the new one's got aluminum. I didn't rewrite this. This is like exactly all the stuff that I had before. Lack of a Picatinny rail on the receiver. They come with one. Factory support. Yeah, it's still an issue. Stock trigger sucks. Yeah, but just throw on another one afterwards, right? The safety, I don't know. Maybe they might improve the new one. Yeah, it won't survive the mud test, Let's see here. The scope. So because they're moving that buffer tube up, it's going to be easier to mount a scope on this thing. You're going to be able to mount just a standard AR height scope on it. So yeah, in my opinion, they've like nuked pretty much all of these with this new design.
And even in that, you mentioned having to permanently remove the rear sight. They don't have fixed sights on this new one.
Fucking A. Like, who uses iron sights these days? Like, yeah.
Fucking
some people, but I mean,
Red Dawn. Gotta have your backups. No, I don't know. Like, personally, I'll run a red dot. I'll run a scope. I'll run a. Actually, I think I would run like a 4 to 14 or 4 to 16, like a scope, and coyote hunt with the thing if I can, if it's accurate enough.
If I were
So
to get one, I still
do
have
we-
my gun lying around in 3 to 12.
Yeah. If it's like
do we know what caliber it's going to be in? I know they
223
they
wild.
made a post. Okay, because I know
So
they were
if-
talking in Reddit today
that's
about
for-
maybe.
That's for future production. The current ones are all going to be 223 wild. The
Okay.
7.62 by 39 was for a future thing that they're kind of talking about later on.
those people are crazy. Like why? Like 223 is cheap, accurate, long distance, just like an excellent cartridge. Why? Like why f around with 7.62 by 39? Okay, you shoot corrosive in that
It's
thing.
slightly
Now you got to
cheaper.
that fucking gas system, right?
Oh no, it's slightly cheaper, and you have to spend a fucking hour cleaning it every time you go shoot it.
Yeah,
Even non-corrosive
it's
7.62
like-
is still cheaper than 223.
Barely. Where are you getting your non-corrosive from right
Canada
now?
ammo, 350 for 1,000.
350 for 1,000?
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
Did they have that right now?
They got it just in stock like today again. It's
Oh,
probably going to
man.
be sold out by like tomorrow afternoon.
Don't need to buy some. Oh,
It's
they do
probably already
350.
buy some and
Okay.
do the nail test on it.
No, I did on the Dominion Canada Ammo stuff, and it's non-corrosive.
Beauty.
Not the lever arm stuff. I didn't test that.
Well, that's the one that people are saying is, but whatever. That's kind of off topic.
Yeah, I ordered some of that. Some of their 7.62 by 54.
Yeah, I saw that test on that. All the Chinese ammo looks exactly the same, and I can tell you the older shit is definitely corrosive.
Yeah, but yeah, it'd be nice, if it turns out to be non-corrosive, like all you guys in Victoria, you gotta head over and Victoria, Vancouver. Where are they? Are they in Vancouver? They're in BC somewhere. I assume it's all just like it's all in a really small area. Just drive there in a half hour or whatever it takes you. And buy some because 7.62 by 54, the price they're selling it for is competitive for corrosive ammo. Never mind non-corrosive. So if that shit's non-corrosive, like buy a bunch. I gotta pay shipping because I gotta get out to Alberta. And the shipping costs suck.
Oh, they don't
And then you have
offer
to
free
deal with
shipping over whatever.
UPS.
Yeah, no, they do Campar, I think.
It's
Fuck.
worse.
Oh, even worse. I hate Canvar.
I fucking love Campar. Send that stuff to your work. Shows up like that day. Really heavy.
I don't have a.
Getting ammo again.
Yeah, if I had an office job, I'd do that all the time, but I don't. So.
I don't know if my office would be very appreciative of random heavy packages showing up for me.
Well, I work in the shipping and receiving department now, so I guess I could do whatever I want.
Yeah. Buying some more nuts and bolts. Boy, yeah, they're really heavy. Yeah.
Oh man, it's weird that they're coming in crates now.
Yeah. What are you buying? Russian bolts? Yeah. It's cheaper.
Or just
what
tell
else
people
is-
that it's 0% AR15 lowers.
Yeah. What else did you guys want to hit on before we head over to the Reddit area there?
Do we want to talk about Gerald Stanley?
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean,
so crazy. You got one of these mystery.
yeah, I got one of
magic
these
guns here.
mystery magical evil pistols. So
Is it cocked?
The guns
Don't
that
like
kill-
you keep
it's
that ammo out of there.
completely ready right now to accidentally shoot. I've got the magazine out. I've got the slide knocked back, and I probably shouldn't be making this joke, or someone's gonna like fucking call me a racist. But the thing with the Tokarev is
Has a light trigger, amazingly light trigger. It'll go off if you even breathe on it, right?
God, no. The thing with Gerald Stanley's entire defense about this thing going off by accident relies on something fucking up in the gun somewhere, and it could very well happen. Like, I've got that same Czech ammo, but I keep it in more stable conditions. He apparently kept it in a shed in Saskatchewan, in rural Saskatchewan, where weather fluctuates more than my mood swings.
So
That actually
I've
happened.
had hang fires with 760 by 25.
I
But
have
they
actually-
take like a quarter of a second.
See, I've never had a hang fire with this, but I do know it's possible. The thing that was interesting, though, is people talk about the deformation of the case and the fact that he believed the slide was cocked back. Now, that doesn't excuse his poor handling of the muzzle on that gun, which is why, personally, I'm surprised he didn't get manslaughter. But that's the jury decided that. The thing I think happened is that it got jammed out of battery slightly. Because right about here, the Tokarev starts to feel a little bit like, yeah, right around there or so. And if he's using gunky ammo that's kind of wonky and it's cold, I've had this gun, when it's cold, freeze up right around like there. And I had to like kind of whack the slide a little bit or jiggle it a little bit to get it to go the rest of the way into battery. So now people will wonder, well, this doesn't look quite all the way open, but think about it. It's dark. Your adrenaline's running high because you think someone just ran your wife over and there's a bunch of drunken people trying to steal your ATV. You look down and see the barrel of the gun sticking out. Oh, shit, the gun's locked back. Okay, good, it's empty. Meanwhile, it's not actually empty. And based on the deformation of the case, like they showed some pictures of it, it looked really bulged, like almost like a 9mm or something. Like it didn't have the bottleneck you're used to seeing, which could be indicative that it actually fired out a battery from around this position, because then it wouldn't have been the full way in the chamber and it would have caused the case to flare out. So, I mean, that's just my theory on this. I'm not going to go and risk blowing my gun up to prove it because I don't care enough. I'll just leave it to the expert testimony of whoever stood at the trial there, and apparently his defensive hang fire has passed the courts. The jury believes it, so that's that.
So you're not going to blow up your gun for us on camera?
No, especially not on camera. I'm not going to go and discharge. I'm not going to go and try and have an out-of-battery failure discharge on this pistol in the middle of the city.
Do it.
Just to try and prove a point.
Come on, dude.
Do it in rural Saskatchewan.
Crazy.
Okay.
Crazy.
What?
I dare you.
I double dog dare.
Are you going to cover my legal expenses? I don't think so.
Just get insurance first. Just go check out as soon as you hit the checkout button on the
all right, here we go. Boom. Shit. This proves
I could have saw this coming.
But yeah, that's the thing with this gun is it does have a couple of little hang-up points like that, especially with that check ammo, because that's what what was it when I went to Silverdale last? It was like -7 or so. I actually keep this thing oiled, which it works against its functionality in cold weather. And it was operating so slowly, I could see the slide move as it cycled. And it would get hung up right around there quite a few times. And I would just kind of shake it a little bit, and it would usually go into battery. So it is entirely possible his Tokarev had an out-of-battery discharge with the casing pointed enough down the barrel where the bullet would have gone the rest of the way. And we all know what happened from there.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to explain the theory behind what could have happened.
Yeah.
As I already said, I think he should have gotten manslaughter.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's look at what else we got going on here. I'm gonna go screen share on the Reddits on over there. Let's see here. Trying to shoot 50 rounds in a row. Be like something like that.
It'd be just like that.
Yeah.
This is what
unless you're running Beowulf mags.
Oh, but those are illegal.
Beowulf mags,
But
or
no do that,
or the 10 rounders. The 10 rounders coupled. Then you only need 2.5 of those, right?
Actually, speaking of Beowulf mags, do we want to talk about whatever retailer it was that had them for about 30 seconds?
Yeah, they're still selling, hey? I think it's on... If it's not on this page, it's on page 2, but we'll... do you want to hit on it when we get to that part?
I was just wondering if... I don't know. It's just noteworthy, I think, that they were brought into the country again.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, that's right, because those were the metal ones.
Ah, there we go. Yeah, they're the nice metal ones that Firearms Outlet brought in. Let's see.
Ooh, Firearms Outlet had them.
Yep. Oh, not found. All sold out. What were they going for? Like $70?
75, I think, yeah.
Oh man, so I got to think of my Beowulf mags as an investment then.
It depends on the
please don't
brand,
start that.
maybe. It might. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh.
I see every once in a while those Press Check Ventures ones you can get like 3 or 4 for 100 if you find a good deal.
Yeah, that would be a
I
good
think
deal
the
for
first
those.
PCV I got was $56. Adriel, you just muted yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, do I have any of those? I had 2, another buddy of mine had 1, and he wanted to run with the 3 gun, so I sold 2 of them to him.
I had some, but I sold them to Mike from Canmore. So
Mike's he's such a gun.
mm.
Let's see here. WK180C sold 1,000 of them in 75 hours. Good price. You know what? This is like, I'm so glad this happened because the pricing is going to be in line with where it needs to be, and so many people are going to buy these. Like if we get, let's say this 180 platform, let's say we get like 3,000 to 5,000 of them in country, we're gonna that's going to be the Canadian platform. People are going to start manufacturing parts for it. They're going to start manufacturing specialty foreends for them and all sorts of other weird and wonderful things for them, right?
Well, you look at like M14.ca and Type97.ca, they founded themselves with far less of those guns in the country compared to these or compared to the Type 81. So I'm really expecting those guys to come out with some stuff for this, some stuff for that. I don't know if anyone's talked, excuse me, to Spectre Ballistics or not.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Kodiak Defense is the one making these, so they might make it and then put a bunch of stuff that'll be available for it as well. So
one thing that'll be interesting, I don't know if Spectre Ballistics is into like more of the parts. I know he's got the brakes and they're all made of steel. I don't know if he's got the connections to maybe have him work on those bolt heads that I was mentioning. If you could get the different size bolt heads and the different calibers, because if someone else starts offering that, it makes caliber conversions a lot easier.
You're going to need a different mag well. So it's going to need to be a different gun. Because you can't run like...
Even for like 300 Blackout?
No, for 300 Blackout, you could probably make them. I'm thinking more for like your 308 or your 6.5.
Oh, no, obviously for those. But I'm talking about like the AR calibers that need a different bolt head. Like...
Yeah. Sorry, Cricket, you were trying to say something?
I was just saying, if you wanted to run one of those 180Cs in 300 Blackout, wouldn't all you need is a new barrel, right?
Yeah, barrel and wait. Yeah,
just the barrel, because it uses the same bolt.
Yeah. New barrel.
It's if you did want to run like a 7.62x39 or one of the 6.5 whatevers, or then you start needing new stuff.
Yeah. So the other thing that I think you might need to do is make sure that your port pressure is the same. So these will only be mid-length. If you go for a different length on the gas system, it's not like an AR where you just get a shorter or longer tube, because this uses a connecting rod, right? Yeah. So you'll need to get something that's mid-length. So that points you to like an 18.5-inch barrel, and I think if you were to go ridiculously long, you might need to get a smaller port drilled in it, just so that it's not causing you any grief. So you couldn't get like an AR length barrel because that gas system would be longer, too long. Anyways, enough about that. Let's see here. We got some Burton here with his first gun purchase, the Duryea Mark 12, and this person's deleted. Huh. I always wonder what's happened there when people delete their accounts.
I like that shirt. I'm going to get one of those shirts.
Yeah.
Wear it to 3 gun.
Yeah. And then wear it to the BC.
You can actually have pride in your province. No one from Ontario wants to get a Ontario shirt.
Ontario.
Well, you can just get a terrible shirt.
You might get a Toronto one.
No.
Yeah, you don't want that.
Actually, yeah, some of the people from Toronto, we probably would, but...
Center of the universe.
There you go.
Nowadays, it would just be the 6.
Would it just be like T apostrophe?
Yeah. Cool. This one was just recently here as well. This guy went a little bit crazy with his Dylan setup. Now, funny enough, he was asking me about the Pro 1000. I'm like, I'll sell it to you, but it's not that good. And instead, he got this. So this is a better deal. I'm very happy that he got this sweet setup.
I'm surprised how many kids you can get them here.
Yeah, this is an excellent setup though. Like
That
pump
thing looks like it costs as much as my car.
It does.
Yeah, depending on your car. Yeah.
He put up a video, I think, didn't he?
Yeah, that was today. Yeah.
The sound of that thing running is just like, oh.
Just let it run while you sleep.
Yeah, that's so mesmerizing.
Yeah,
no, that's cool. That's one of those ISSC, whatchamacallit, or
the UGG boot gun. Yeah,
haven't heard that one before.
Oh yeah, look at the UGG boot here. The UGG boot stock. Yeah. Yeah, ISSC. Those are kind of neat. Added some things to my APC. There's a couple things on this APC. These are expensive rifles.
And he has some expensive things on it too.
Yeah, but why not?
Yeah.
Any SKS fans? Someone's running an SKS with a red dot on it.
Oh, is that Matador Arms? Whatchamacallit?
Might be. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they make a scout or forward mounted optic device.
Yeah, red dot to replace the rear sight. Yeah, so you can still use stripper clips on it. I can't see the stock too well, but that looks like it's an aftermarket stock as well, and the extended magazine on it too.
You got extendo mags.
Extendo mags that hold 5 rounds.
High capacity.
There's that post on the 762x54 from Lever non-corrosive that it comes with a huge I thought it came in like the 20 packs or the 10 or 20 packs. Nope.
That's how the Chinese shit comes. That's 125 per.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Not like 125. Well, if you're going to go to a match, to just take one of those, I guess.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I'm going to have to buy some stripper clips for mine, I think. But yeah, he tested it and it came out non-corrosive, so that's very neat.
Can you still buy the ammo that's already on stripper clips?
Not in 762x54, but for 762x39, you can. Yeah.
Cool.
If you need stripper clips, let me know. I've got lots.
I don't need stripper clips.
But do you want stripper clips?
I do.
Okay. I think I've got like another 100 or so. Anything else tickle you guys' fancy here? This one was kind of interesting. This Gucci SKS.
I want one.
Interesting is in fucking ugly. But,
interesting as in
ouch
yourself with it.
Yeah.
What the fuck you do to glorious rifle of Simonov?
Did you post that copy paste in there?
I did. I was
I saw it recently. Where's the caps? I don't see like a ton of caps anywhere. Oh wait, this is the wrong one. There we go. Should be under this guy here. There we go. You don't have to look very far. You just have to look for like the ton of content that's all in caps. There's crazy. Cool. PTRD in auction. You know what? These PTRDs used to go for like $2,500, and I was considering getting one, but you can't get the ammo, and you have to get like a special press to even make the ammo because it's fucking huge.
That's fine. Just
one
use
day
an
I will have one.
One day. They're really cool. Great for home defense. Here's someone at the door. What door? I don't know. Remington's filing for bankruptcy.
About
Don't
time.
sell rusty guns. Yeah. Spectre's doing free shipping on their hex brakes. So if you want a really good, this is easily the best price brake. You can't get a better priced brake in Canada.
And that's what it looks like right there. Let's see.
Yep. She's break.
Yeah, it works really nice. I like that it's hexagonal in shape because it makes it really easy to time correctly. You just put it in your vise, put your level on top of that, put your level on top of that. Good to go.
Oh, I eyeballed mine. That's way fancier.
Yeah, you can do that too.
Yeah, cool. I don't know. I think that's all the news we really need to hit on there. Anything else that you guys want to talk about, or you want to head on to the after show?
Apparently, G96 is extremely dangerous. That's how you know that this is good gun oil. It's extremely dangerous.
But can you cook with it?
I don't know. I don't think this one's been proven to be Crisco yet.
Oh, damn.
You can cook and eat with it once. After that, you get kind of sick and die.
It'll be worth it.
Oh, I've been watching a ton of Forgotten Weapons mud tests and that kind of thing. So interesting. Have you guys watched those?
Some of them, yeah.
Oh man, they did a bunch of the pistols too. So they did like some 1911s, basically like load up a 1911, put the safety on, and like drop it in a bunch of like sandy, nasty mud. And the pistols did so well. They would like deal with the mud very well. They would. What's that?
How do like those types of tests compare? Have you ever seen the Military Arms channels when he does the gauntlet, he calls it, where he'll do he'll take one and dip it in water and because I know he has kind of mixed results with some of the guns that go through his test. Yeah,
I think they've both got their merit. I think the Military Arms channel one is pretty good because it tests a couple of different things. Yeah, I don't know, but the Military Arms channel, he's primarily doing newer stuff. He did a Makarov, whereas the Forgotten Weapons guys, like they're doing the M1 Garand, they're doing Mosin Nagant, they're doing 1911s. They put a Luger through that test.
They dropped a Luger in the mud.
Yeah, they took a Luger and they dropped it right in the freaking mud and pulled it out, and it did really well. It was fine.
I was surprised that thing was like precision fucking engineered to shit. You'd expect with all those tolerances, you get dirt in there and
Oh, so you haven't watched a lot of it. So the thing that they show is that precision manufacturing is actually really good because mud doesn't get in. So look at the 1911. Is a ton of mud going to get in there? Well, not really. It's actually sealed very well against the barrel there. Well, if you open it up, then you're effed. But you look at something like an M14, which is supposed to be really reliable, and the side of an M14 has this big area. So you get mud in there, it gets into the trigger mechanism, you're effed. The gun will stop.
It might actually improve it.
Well, if you wear it in, it might grind the surfaces together a little bit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, with the 1911, if you were to get mud in right here, that would prevent it from firing. But other than that, it's actually a pretty, most pistols are actually pretty well sealed. Not like waterproof or anything, but sealed enough to keep mud from getting in there, even if you take it and drop it and fully submerge it in mud, which would kill most of your rifles, kills an AK to put in mud like that. Definitely check it out if you haven't seen it already. Go to InRange TV or Forgotten Weapons and check out their mud tests. I can't remember which one. It might be InRange. But I don't know. With that, do you guys want to go to the after show?
Okay.
All right. Well, sure. Thanks everyone for watching a Croverless show. I'm glad he didn't come on because he's doing his Valentine's thing right now, and he's in another country. And yeah, thanks doing that.
That Manitoba guy just said it's InRange that does the tests on the YouTube chat.
Yeah, and they mentioned that Lever Arms is in Vancouver as well. So
yeah.
Sounds good. All right. Say good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.
All right. Bye.